Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Marshall live, and I am live. And in this video, I want to talk about how to overcome stage fright so you can share your message, so you can tell your story, so you can impact lives, so you can make money, so you can help change the world. And I truly, truly mean that. And one of the things that is the most common thing that my clients experience when they start working with me, and or one of the predominant reasons that they come to work with me is because oftentimes they tell themselves they have a paradigm in their head that says, I do not feel qualified to speak. And so because they have this paradigm in their head where they're scared, like, oh man, I don't really know if I'm qualified to speak, what oftentimes happens is they end up playing small, right? They end up playing small and they end up not even actually telling their message or sharing their story with anybody because they're afraid of what people are thinking. Because they're like, oh, well, I'm unqualified. So if I start speaking and trying to tell my story, and like people are gonna be like, well, who's Marshall to do that, And so if that is you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you struggle to share your message, to share your story, then I've got news for you. In this video, I'm gonna give some tips to you and show you how to overcome that literally just like that. If you truly are a purpose-driven entrepreneur, okay? So if purpose and impact is something that you just talk about for marketing, but you don't actually care about that, and or you don't actually reflect that back in the way that you live, the way that you be, then this message and what I'm about to share probably isn't going to work for you. Not probably, I'm like certainly it's not going to work for you because what I'm about to share with you only works if you truly believe in the message that you're preaching. And so if you feel like, oh man, Marshall, I can't go live on camera. I struggle to make video. I don't know what I would say on stage. I want to get up there. I want to share my message. I want to share my story. I want to grow my business, but like I'm just stuck. And the reason I wanted to cover this real quick today is because yesterday's video, I was talking about some things, and one of my followers on Instagram, shout out to Mama Grace, Megan Grace, who's a follower of mine over on Instagram. I think she's local Montana as well. She has got like almost 10,000 followers on Instagram. She's got like 200 engaged women in a group of Christian women that are empowering each other. And she's watching the video and she reaches out to me and she's like, Marshall, oh my God, like I want to get started doing this, but I just don't know why I'm stuck. And so if that is you, we're going to keep this video short today. But let me know below. Like, give me a like, give me a love, especially if you're on Team Replay. Let me know below. If you're watching, you made it this far. Do you struggle with this? Or is this something that you have struggled with in the past? Because if it is, it's very, very simple to overcome. Okay. So I always like want to preface this because I really don't mean to insult anybody because I know a lot of you who are following me or who are at a place where you want to get paid to speak or you want to use speaking to grow your business, to build your authority, to make more money, to have more freedom. Then I don't really need to preach at you because you're already the type of person that does more than 99% people out there. So I don't mean to like come down on you, but this is like, this is the facts. This is just the way it is. Okay. And the way that it is, and the reason that people are fearful of speaking in public or on stage or getting on camera or going live like this is because it's simple and you already know what it is. You're scared to be judged. You think that if I get up here, people are going to be judging me. They're going to say, who is Megan to speak? Who is she to get up there on people and tell her story after what she's done and what she's been through? Like, she's not qualified, right? And that's the one thread that we decide to pull and pull and pull and pull and pull when people want to get started in their speaking career. And so I like to remind people that when you truly have a message to share, when you are a purpose driven, impact driven messenger from God, who like, yeah, Top Pink Speakers is business I run. It teaches people how to turn their story into a speaking business. It teaches people how to grow their business through speaking stages and events. But my purpose from God, like my God given purpose, is to talk about your message, your message. I've been talking about the same thing since 2016. You guys are tired of hearing me, but I don't know how much longer until you leaders get out in front of the camera. So let's talk about how to get out in front of the camera, how to build authority, and how to like truly turn your mess into a message and be seen. Because you guys already know the drill. You do not have to be on a stage to be a speaker. It's 2024. Hello. We have mobile phones. I'm standing in a quote unquote virtual studio. It's the fourth bedroom in my house. Okay. I'm standing in a virtual studio on my virtual stage with my virtual setup, going live every day, doing my own event, And so if you guys break it down to the micro and you understand, okay, well, what is the message that God has put me here today to deliver? I woke up another morning. It's not my message. I am the conduit for this mission I have to get out, for this movement I have to talk about. Now, again, mine is I want people to stop killing themselves, plain and simple. Like, I just want people to stop killing themselves. And I know I said that kind of aloof, but that's what your message is about. 'Cause that's my story, right? I tried to kill myself. I didn't die. Had an opportunity to tell my best friend about it. I didn't. I ignored his call. He killed himself, right? And I was like, damn, if I had told him my story, I wonder if that could have changed anything. And all of you got into business because you wanted more freedom, you wanted to make money, and you wanted to help people. That's why you became an entrepreneur. And so we talked yesterday about how to stand out and how to get people the most out of the people around you. And I said, mastering the art of speaking is the best way to get the most out of the people around you and to build your authority at the same time. And so Megan's asking, well, Mark, I am stuck. I had these things happen to me. I am stuck. I don't know how to move through it. I have this group of engaged women. I want to speak here on my Instagram. And I'm like, girl, that is a platform. She's like, okay, well, I'm planning it out and I'm thinking next week I'm going to pick the time and I'm going to go live. And I'm like, stop. Just go live. Just go live and do it. And she's like, you need just like right now, like anytime. I'm like, yes, just go live right now, anytime, and just do it. Now, is it an excellent idea as you build your brand and become more proficient at public speaking that you create a regular cadence in the market so you can train your audience when you're going to be on, when they're going to watch you, how they can consume your content? Is that smart? Yeah, absolutely, that's smart. Absolutely. However, in the very beginning, if you have this desire to speak, if you have a desire to be on stages, you're not going to be booked on stages and you're certainly not going to be paid, and you're definitely not going to be paid well if you are paid to speak on stage when nobody knows who you are. So if you have a dream of becoming a top paid speaker, of a thought leader, of writing books and doing TED Talks and making money, because like, listen, let's be honest. If you've done speaking before and you spoke from the heart and then you made absolutely no money, tell me, how did you mess that up? Because speaking is the highest paid skill in the entire world. All these coaches are telling you, speak from your heart, speak from your heart. You got to be authentic. And then you get up there and share your message and the audience will stand up and they'll clap and they'll cry and they'll cheer you on. And they'll say, yeah, Marshall, but guess fucking what? You're not helping anybody when you are that type of speaker. By and large, you are literally only reinforcing the bias that the audience already has, which is one that they're fucking stuck in with their trauma and their mess, and they don't know how to get out of it. And you're up here on stage validating the fact that they do it with your heartfelt message. Like, can you tell a heartfelt message that truly and deeply and meaningfully connects with the audience? Absolutely. And you can set it up and frame it in a way that sells without selling. So if you're an entrepreneur and you understand that you have a message, let's just talk about that for a second. Let's take the money out of it. If you have a message, then you have a duty to get that message out to the world. And speaking is the number one marketing tool and the fastest marketing tool to build your business and get your message out to your audience. And so to Megan and to everybody who struggles with being on camera, this is the thing. Right now, you're making it all about you. You're so nervous about you and what people are going to think about you. But what if you woke up and you remembered it was just about the audience? It was only about the audience. What if it was only about those 150 or 200 women that were in that group? Like, what if it was only about them? What if you had already positioned yourself in their mind as an authority, as a thought leader? Okay. So first off, a lot of us, we discount the authority we've already built by simply making content, creating a personal brand, being a coach. Like, that is authoritative in and of itself. And out there in the real world, if you're making money as a coach, like if you built your own coaching business out there in the world, people are like, yeah, I'm like, that's kind of dope. So you just like work from your phone and make money for helping people. And you're like, yeah, like that's what I do as a coach. And people are like that. How do you do that? Okay. So first and foremost, you're already positioned authoritatively in the market space in general. So if people are coming in and sitting down in an audience and you're actually on the stage speaking, guess what? You already own the same authority. If you're the person on stage, they've already assumed you must be an authoritative person because otherwise, why would you be on stage? They assume hey, this guy's not getting very many views, but he's going live. And every time I watch his lives or his replays, he's spitting the fucking fire, bro. Literally building businesses from scratch right there live on camera every single fucking day. So what I'm saying is you've got to find your zone and what your message is. And then you got to understand and accept the fact that you're already positioned by the brand you've built and the career you've created. You're already positioned in the mind of your audience as an authority. So if you just literally are willing to come up, grab the mic and start telling your story, sharing your message, sharing your process, sharing what you're going through, turning your message into your message daily and inspiring and empowering and educating your audience. Like all you got to do is understand how to use these tools. This is supposed to be my microphone, but I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna drink now. And so all I'm saying is that I'm going to invite you to remember is that you already own the space in your mind where you are the authority. So just claim that space, show up and be the leader and serve at the capacity that God wants you to serve at because he put you in that position to be able to do that. The universe says you have arrived at what you've been asking the universe for. So now it's time to take that next step. So the great time to go live is right now. You watch this video, go live. I don't care. Is it 9 o'clock? Is it right now? 11 o'clock? Is it whatever? Like go live and start sharing your message. Okay. Like just do it. If you're a coach, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur and you have a product or service to sell and you believe in purpose and you have a mission and a message that you want to share with the world and you like this Megan, I'm not going to share her story or message, but dude, like she's experienced some pretty traumatic shit in her life, some experiences that she's had. And it's like, damn, she survived it. But she is discounting the fact that she survived it and got this far. Megan, like that's the thing is you have to remember is like you have come this far. You have survived the whole thing and you're still here standing. Your husband, your kids, your business, all the things in the grace of God. It's like you arrived. But there was a version of you from last year or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, the version of you from 10 years ago. And she's going through it. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. That's why I go live every day. That's why I share my message as often as possible. That's why I book my own events. That's why I host monthly virtual events. That's why I book quarterly retreats. That's why I do boot camps and intensives. Like that's why top paid speaker is a thing. Because I want you leaders to understand that you already have the authority to be speaking your message. You just got to grab the mic and go. That's it. Your message, your message. So Megan, I hope this helped. Last thing I'll say is this, and I'm going to stop this because I got some client calls I got to get on here. We got speaking businesses to build, baby. We got businesses to scale with stories, baby. And by the way, you guys, if you haven't joined Top Paid Speaker yet, the doors open February. So at the time of watching this video, I don't know. It's like 2 weeks before February, a week before February. Top Paid Speaker Mastermind reopens. So if you have a business and you want to learn how to scale it, with speaking stages and events, learn how to tell your story and share your message and get paid to do it, then go to toppaidspeaker.com and get signed up or reach out to me and I'll answer some questions if you have any. Okay. So Megan, and to all of you out here, it's the last thing I'll say. This is one of the first things I teach my speakers too. The differentiator between elite speakers and great speakers and very good speakers, the differentiator is the action that they can get an audience to take after the audience leaves the event. That's the true mark of like, how good are you as a speaker really? Like, do they just feel it in the moment? How long do they carry that lesson? And or do you actually shift their paradigm and transform them in the moment and then it transcends that moment and they become that after the event? Because that's what the elite speakers do. And what I'm going to share with you is the easiest hack. It's so fucking simple and easy, like, but speakers just don't do it. And so here's the secret sauce, okay? Well, there's frameworks and all that shit, which is the real secret sauce. But here's the secret sauce on the base level so you understand what I'm talking about when it says, hey, yo, don't make it about you. It's about your audience. Today is Thursday at the time of recording this. Where's my audience at right now? January 20, whatever, 4th, right? At 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, what kind of mindset is my audience in right now? And you should be asking yourself that every time you get ready to speak, whether it's on a podcast, on a stage, whether you're doing a virtual event, like what is the day? Like what time of the day? Does my avatar have kids? Like, do they have to get everybody ready and to school and to do all these things to get on my virtual event? Like on time. Understand as a speaker, your job is to curate an experience and then shift the paradigm for the audience. So if you have this message to share, understand when you go to tell your story, and this is where people mess up stories. This is where speakers mess up storytelling all the time. They make it all about themselves. Oh, let me tell you, me. And then they may teach a lesson. Me, lesson. Lesson. And what I teach on speakers is if you want to transform people, you got to make it about them. And it's as simple as doing exactly what I just showed, except it goes me, you. Me, you. This. Me, you. This. Now, I know that sounds crazy. You're like, what the fuck is this guy just walking around bebop and saying all these things? But what I'm trying to get at you is that you will constantly see me as I'm speaking, asking you guys questions, getting you to engage through the video because I've gotten so good at speaking on video that when I'm on stage, now it's the same thing. And so you have to understand is that as a speaker, you're having a one-sided conversation, a one-way conversation. So you have to bring out the thought that the audience is having in the moment they're having it and put it into actual words. So they're like, oh, it clicks. Okay. You guys understand what I'm talking about? Say yes or say yes. Give me a like, give me a love. This is powerful. So when you're telling stories, remember the story is always about me, you. Okay. I promise this is the last thing I'm going to end on. It's like, it's a string. Once you start pulling it, it's hard not to give you guys the rest of the formula. People only care about your story online for 3 reasons. 1, they want to know what your experience was. They want to know about the experience. And that could be anything. Maybe you're a jet skiing channel. Maybe you do collectible toys channel. Maybe you make roll-up banners. And then you did something. And so that niche wants to know what your experience was like doing that thing as one of the leaders in one of those niches. Okay. So number 1 reason that people watch your content, they want to know what your experience was. Number 2 is they want to know what you learned from that experience. And number 3, they want to know what they can learn from what you learned from that experience. If you can understand that people only care about those 3 things, what you learned, what they can learn, and what your experience was, what you learned, and what they can learn from what you learned, then understand that when you tell stories that are me, you, value, you start to be able to influence and persuade people. And then you break it down in a way that's so simple and leads them to on a journey of self-discovery within themselves. They go, damn. And then you give them the recipe on how to change that. And that's how you transform people and make a lot of money. So anyways, back to the original thing. If you're struggling to be seen on camera, to be on stage with camera shy, Megan, I hope this helps. Remember, it's not about you. It's always about the audience. God has placed you in that leadership role for a reason. You're already ready to grab the mic, to go, to do the live, to do the thing. So just get out there, share that message, create and hold that space for your people to step into so you can do the work that God put you in there to do. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. If you guys have questions or you want me to make a specific video on storytelling, speaking, getting paid to speak, growing your business, whatever it is, let me know.